Coming at you on this Monday afternoon. Welcome. Hopefully you guys are showing up to the workout tonight. We have about 18 or so signed up for our Denver workout. Why are we switching locations each time? So everyone has a chance. Right? The gyms cost an outrageous amount for the summertime. Hopefully we get that cured by next summer. But we'll have more people by then, so we can hopefully just do multiple locations next summer. But for this summer, we are doing one location at a time. All right, and that means on Mondays we do Denver, Wednesdays we do North Glen area, and on Fridays we do Aurora. For this Friday, we are doing the workout at Dr. Martin Luther King College here on this Juneteenth week. All right, and then on Wednesday we got a workout in the North Glen area at the courts, and then on Monday we have our workout is at Skinner Middle School. So that's tonight. All right, for those of you guys that are doing the 5-week challenge, you guys are on day number. Let's see what day number. 17 of 35, which is like about halfway there. All right, 17 and a half is half of 35. They just posted a picture of everybody. Now, someone said, man, these guys do not look thrilled. But she said they look thrilled. It was Trenton's mom, but she meant it sarcastically. And I said, should have said if hard work were easy. Hard work were easy. There you go. If hard work were easy, everyone would do it. Let me adjust my comment there. Yes, if hard work were easy, everyone would do it. Duh. So you're not supposed to be like thrilled afterwards. And I admit, it is a hard job to do hard work, but that makes sense, doesn't it? What's up, Teo Trujillo? I see you, man. All right, if you're here checking the comment section, so that I know that you're here. All right, let's get started. We got a few things to talk about. All right. First things first is all of the San Diego stuff must be taken care of by Wednesday. I will get people. I will send it out to the parents again. This is if you want to be in our rental car, Wednesday. If you want to be in our Airbnb, Wednesday. There are no other options. You have to get your own rental car, get your own Airbnb or whatever hotel. And if your kid's going without us, that means that you got to find a hotel room for them. All right, and that's gonna suck. So unless you're going with them, then you guys can totally do that. But again, I'm giving you guys the warning, last second warning, countdown time. All right, but beyond that, let's talk about some Jason Tatum stuff real quick. All right, so tonight's maybe the last day of the NBA Finals. All right, and we got Jason Tatum being interviewed, and they asked him, like, honestly, they're like, does winning the MVP matter to you? All right, and we all know the right answer, but he didn't give the right answer, and I think it was on purpose. I think he was like just being honest about it. He said, "Well, winning the championship would be more than enough. He can't lie and say that it's not important to him to also win the Finals MVP. But he's not on his way to winning the Finals MVP. And I've seen so many memes out there making fun of how little he does compared to the rest of his team. And they have a great team, all right? And that, and Jaylen Brown does a lot on both ends of the court, but the whole team kind of does stuff. And if you're not like a dominant player, like let's say Shaq or like Luka or like LeBron, then it's oftentimes seen as like you're not doing your part. And there was another story that came out from Swaggy P. He said that when he was playing with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, that Kevin Durant did so well in the NBA Finals that Steph Curry had one bad game, only one bad game, and they were going to sweep the other team. And after that bad game, it was a win. Steph was so upset about himself. He said, "Man, he was about to cry." That's what he said. Like, so I know that these individual things, they do matter, but should they matter? All right, should they matter as much as like the team stuff? Well, of course not. But should they matter at all? And I think if you're pushing yourself to be anything at all, you should care somewhat about it. Now, you should be able to put it out of your mind for the game and just win the game, of course. But you should absolutely want to be the MVP. All right? That should be like the ultimate goal. Absolutely. All right? Now, should you sabotage your team to win the MVP? No. All right? But you should definitely want that. So I think when he says that it's important, I think that's what he means. When go do that at home, I suppose, because you're allowed to feel down about your individual performances, even in a win, I suppose. But don't let your teammates see it. That's being a bad teammate. And as for this Jaylen Brown thing with Jason Tatum, it is a weird dynamic because he's supposed to be like so great, but he does defer. And I remember when LeBron James was in his deferment stage. He kind of still is. It's hard because you're a player who passes the ball, and you're a player that makes the right reads. That's not a bad thing. All right, so don't get too caught up in individual things, but still want them. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. Anyways, now if you're obviously you guys came here to talk about Caitlin Clark. The more that I talk about Caitlin Clark, the more viewers that I get. Is my view count going up yet? Yep. Look. Okay, we got like 80 people watching. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin. Up to 1,000. Okay, no, I'm lying. But I will say one story about Caitlin Clark. One that I heard. And Magic Johnson reached out via the internet. And he said, Caitlin Clark needs to talk to Larry Bird. Not because she's white, I guess. He wasn't talking about that. But he was talking about when him and Larry Bird came into the NBA was struggling. Then they single-handedly or double-handedly brought them out and made it the most popular sport. And that's what's going on right now with Caitlin Clark. And then you can count to a lesser extent the other girl. What's her name? Caitlin Clark. And, yeah, exactly what I said. The other girl. Angel. There you go. Angel Reese. All right. So they are carrying the weight of the entire league. And Magic said when he had to do that all the older veterans who were better than him, he admitted that they were better than him. They envied him so much because of the attention that he got. And he says he had to fight back for himself. His team has had to fight on his behalf. He says, and it's a hill to go over. All right, and since Larry Bird's in Indiana, that might be why he pointed her there and said you need to talk to him too. All right, so I do believe that this has happened before. This will happen again. As I told you guys before, I've been there with super popular players, and I wanted to steal their popularity away from them. They were getting all eyes were on them, and I was like, no. I want the eyes on me, and I believe that there's something to that. You should want the eyes on you. You should want that attention. You should want like the notoriety. And the only way to get it is to go get it. You need to guard the best player. You need to go out there and like strive for all that stuff. So everyone going at Caitlin Clark, I don't blame them. But at least admit that that's what you're doing. All right, you're definitely going at her head because she has the attention, and that's cool. And Caitlin and her fans shouldn't be like butthurt about it. Can I say that? But yeah, no, they should just be like honored and be like, whoa, like, dude, we're the best, right? Okay, so think like that. And you guys should think like that because as hard as you guys are working, it's going to come up for you as well. When you guys get to be like a freshman at your schools, like Stargate for Teo out there, you're going to be the best at your whole school by 9th grade, dude. Especially since you're doing all these workouts and stuff like that. You will be the best player at your school in 9th grade. Or maybe like top 5. And they're going to like not want to start you because all these kids have been on the team for 4 years. And imagine if you were on the team for 4 years. And you gave, you gave up other chance to go elsewhere, and you trusted this coach, and you were there for 4 years, and then he just looked at you and said, you know what, you're not starting. This new kid's starting. Wouldn't you like be so mad at him that you wouldn't even play? So if a new kid, let's say you are like tied with a starter, and then you're the same level of goodness, a coach would be smart to play you because that would prepare you for later, and you'll just get better. But he wouldn't be smart to play because that would ruin this guy. If you came off the bench, you would come off the bench hard. If this guy came off the bench, he would not try at all. So that's the weird part, right? So you guys are going to have to face all that stuff, all this jealousy and things like that. All right, that's the cross to bear by being really, really good. So heads up. I've been there. You will be there. Congratulations for being there. All right, let's check the quote of the day. Quote of the day is work hard. Like I just said, man, hard work is hard. That's why it's called hard work. I don't know if you know that or not. But yeah, that's exactly why it's called hard. All right. If you expect it to be easy, that is silly. If you expect it to just like breeze on by and like you go with the flow, that's not going to happen. All right. If you work hard and you do hard work, you will become hard, and that whole process is extremely difficult. Don't get it twisted. All right? It won't ever get too easy. I promise you that. All right? But even with that said, you should still work hard. All right? Quote of the day for this Monday, the 2-word quote of the day, work hard. All right. Moving on to our news of the day. Let's check the news. The news of the day. I told you that today is probably the last game. Probably. The Mavs didn't get swept. They won the last game. But look, I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this. Two things. One, the Celtics must win this game. I know no one's ever come back from 3-0, but I can imagine letting the team win that one game, right? 3-1 is whatever. But if you lose this game and it becomes 3-2, now, everyone knows you can't lose the next game. Because if it's 3-3 and it's just a tie and you're about to be the first team ever, that is so much pressure. So that 7th game would be so much pressure you would easily lose. The 6th game, though, because you know that game's coming up, would be almost as much pressure. This is the last game that doesn't have an extreme amount of pressure on it. And because of that, that adds to the pressure. That's crazy. You're in a commanding lead. Besides the 3-0 game, you're in a commanding lead, and yet it feels like it's all in the Mavs' favor because it's like they can't lose. They didn't get swept. They're okay. All right, now it's like, man, if they can pull off this, that would be like the craziest thing in the planet. All they have to do is win tonight. If the Mavs win tonight, they win the championship, which means that the Boston Celtics must come out and keep their foot on their throat and go as hard as they possibly can. This is it, especially with Game 6 being at Dallas. Oh, I think it's crazy. All right, so watch the game tonight. If you're not going to practice, if you're going to go on to practice, watch the replay. Don't worry about it. All right, but the other thing too, Kyrie Irving, he was on the team that beat the Golden State Warriors with LeBron James. He hit the game-winning shot in game 6 or 7. But that comeback was 3-1 down. No team's ever come back from 3-1 down until that team. He's always compared against LeBron James, and they're like, oh, but he's no LeBron James. Oh, he's no Luka Doncic. If he, even as a sidekick, has the first time coming back from a 3-1 deficit, and then also has coming back from a 3-0 deficit, no matter, I know he played badly in the first few games. It won't matter. This could make his playoff resume, I'm not going to say as high as LeBron James, but like at least the clutch, at least like the historicness of it would be like up. It would be up there with a great many of players. Top 10, top 5 best playoff performers of all time. He would be on the list if he could come back from this one too. That would be insane. All right. So anyway, those are 2 things to watch out for. Let's check what we're doing tonight. The homework that you should be doing is shell drill. All right, focus on that, especially the movements from the middle to the wing. Defensive free throw box out. Getting low, work on your squats possibly. Lots of cones, getting cones out there, or getting anything that you can use, bottles, whatever. On count, quick dribble. Have your parents call it out, or just practice the 2 different things. Lane slides. And post big, seal to score. You can practice your hook shots or stepping in big as well. All right, but for tonight, what we're doing, all right, we got the half court game. We're gonna do the half court game with 3 different groups. Okay, I think we can do it with three different groups, maybe 2. I'm not sure. All right, but since the court's kind of small, but the half court game is you shoot a shot. If you air ball, hit the backboard or hit the rim, you have to shoot I believe it's make 3 on the opposite end. And it's either a 3-pointer if you airballed it, and a scissor shots from the elbow if you hit the backboard, and regular elbow shots if you hit the rim. And then you just shoot a half-court shot again. Whoever makes the most half-court shots by the end wins. All right. And then we have make 20 scissor J's in 3 minutes, ball pickup layup, juke straps, hurdles, and then jingle bells. Let's watch all those for a little recap so you don't forget. First one up is make 20 scissor threes. Make 20. Hello? Am I still alive? It froze, but am I still alive now? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to have to just skip the videos. It's good now? Okay, I'm going to skip the videos just in case that's what was slowing it down, okay? All right, but you guys all should know this stuff. Let's move on. Move on before it freezes again. All right, let's check the trivia question today. Trivia question today is this future NBA All-Star was booed by some New York fans as the 4th overall pick in the NBA draft. Teo's leading the way, but I got Austin right behind him. Who was this person? Now, I know that New York fans are used to booing, but you know what? This may not even be like a possible trivia question to answer because they boo so many people. All right, but notoriously, they booed this guy to his face. This NBA draft pick was booed during the best moment of his life, and they were like, "Boo! You suck! Boo! Boo!" All right? And apparently he knew it was coming. He said, and he said that it happens. But he later became a future all-star. All right, so that's how off they were. And so you fans out there trying to boo people, maybe you should boo yourself. All right, because you don't know. Actually, you know what? Those boos might have helped him. Those boos might have helped him become an all-star. All right, so what are the boos gonna do to you? How would you guys feel about that? You get drafted to a team, and then they boo you. They're like, oh no, we got him. That's the answer right there. And Austin's now tied. Austin is tied. He's tied with them. We got 3-3, and with Carmelo with 1. That is it. It was Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Poor freaking Zingis in the NBA Finals right now was booed, infamously booed, opening night, right when he got drafted by the New York fans, because the draft was in New York that year, which is insane, guys. You can't be doing that to your people. Come on. All right, let's check a reaction video. What do I have? Oh, yes, Klay Thompson. Okay, look, Klay. Calm down. All right, Klay Thompson unfollowed the Warriors. Now, that shouldn't really matter. Like, who cares who you follow on social media? All right, and he also deleted videos of him, like, winning championships with the Warriors. All right, and this is amid, like, him, like, talking with the Warriors about coming back. They say that they want him back, but he doesn't have any contract extension yet. All right, this is kind of childish. All right, now I know Draymond Green said it's laughable. Look, Klay has definitely declined. All right, the Warriors still have one of the best players to ever play. Are they wasting his years by being kind to people, including Draymond Green? They should get rid of him too. Are they by being kind to people, by going, hey, you guys were once great for us, thank you, let's let you finish out your career here? I don't think that you do that for like multiple years, but maybe you do. Maybe someone's gonna appreciate that. I don't know what to say, especially when he's like not gonna come off the bench, but he finally did in the end. It is a tough call, but I do think that the way that Klay's playing it, it shows pettiness. It shows that he doesn't have enough confidence, which is a strange thing to say for maybe a top 75 player of all time. I think that confidence, just like people who are like rich, who end up having like, you know, mental issues, and they're still super sad and stuff like that. And you're like, but you're rich. No, people are who they are. That's how you see some poor people in this world smiling, because you're either a happy person or you're not. Money's not going to change it. And I would say the same for this. You're either a confident human being or you're not. You can say, oh, I'm going to develop confidence by letting my kids win game. No, confidence comes from somewhere else. It doesn't come from the scoreboard. Confidence comes from, do you work your hardest? Confidence comes from, do you trust the process? Confidence also just comes from just this inner place inside of you that is okay with trying your hardest. And I think for him, I think that his strength comes from never being satisfied, which is cool, but not when it has like a negative impact on who you are. And I believe he is that person. I believe he's like super like cocky, like in a really like weird way. Like he's kind of a douche. Okay, but with that said, this is where it fails him. It fails him when he can't back it up, when he doesn't get the money to back it up, when he doesn't get the championship to back it up, when he doesn't get the starting position to back it up, and then all his world falls apart around him. I believe some other people could do better, but there's been some better people who have been just like Klay, where let's say that like Kobe Bryant wasn't starting or Michael Jordan wasn't starting. They both said out loud, I wouldn't play. All right, so maybe Klay's stronger than they are. All right, but there have been some other greats who have taken on different roles, and they're just like, oh, yeah, I'm good. And I think that comes from humility. I think that comes from like a different sort of cockiness, meaning like no matter what I can do. I'm going to be the best utility player. I'm going to be the best role player. I'll be the best three-point shooter. I can be the best at anything. Give me 3 minutes a game, I'll be the best at that. All right. So it's a weird thing, and it's strange to see a guy who's so accomplished not have confidence. Don't let that be you. Even though you're not accomplished yet, have the confidence. Even though you might get beat by a lot, have the confidence, and have confidence in the process more than anything else. And I think that's what Clay has been missing his whole life. I mean, he's probably always been in this exact spot. We're just now seeing it right now. And it's a weird concept, I believe. All right, anyway, let's check the story of the day. If your neighbor were in the NBA and you played one-on-one every day, your chances of going pro would be huge. The next best thing is to play those above your level. The incessant need for instant gratification has a negative effect that lasts a lifetime, whereas the patience to endure delayed gratification is a huge indicator of future success. There you go. So not only is instant gratification a drug, so is that confidence that everyone is always seeking out. That I just need my kids to win a few games so that they can get a little confidence. Okay, cool. Here's a weekend of games. No, a little bit more games. Okay, here's a month. A little bit more confidence they need. How much confidence do you need? How much confidence do you need to shoot 500 shots a day? That's all this is. Every workout that we do, everything that we talk about is what can I say or have you do that will have you shoot 500 shots a day. The secret's out there, okay? You shoot 500 makes a day or 500 shots a day, depending on what level that you want to be on. You run your 2 to 5 miles a day. All right, you do your 5 to 15 minutes of ball handling every single day, and you do 5 to 15 minutes of jump ropes. There you go. There's the formula right there. Now go do it. No, you're not going to do it, right? But I've asked some of you guys, what if you were like an NBA prospect? Oh yeah, I'll do it then. Oh yeah. You know what? If I asked an NBA prospect why he's not doing that, he would be like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, what if you weren't an NBA prospect? What if you're just some little kid in freaking Broomfield, Colorado, and you weren't good enough to be here? Would you do it then? And I bet you he would be like, oh yeah, I would do it then. You say that because you're not there. I bet you if I asked you, would you do it next Thursday? You'd be like, yeah, because we're not there yet. All right, because you're just like, oh, anything but now and who I am. Anything but that, I'll do it because I'm lying to you. You either are or you aren't. That's it. All right. Same as like you're either happy or you're not. No matter how much money you're gonna get, it's gonna change you. So, yes, you're either a hard worker or you're not. You're either doing it now or you will never do it. Don't lie to yourself. And I'm talking to John Sanders out there, who thought that when he turned pro, he would be totally different. Nothing changed. I was a decently hard worker. I was like one of the hardest workers on my college team, but not hard enough. And I knew it. I knew I could go harder. I knew it, and I didn't do it. All right. So don't regret it like that. All right. Go out there and do the work now to prove that you would have done it then. Don't just say, oh, if I was 3 inches taller, I would try. And then you get 3 inches taller the next day, and you're like, oh, I meant 3 inches shorter. You can't catch me now, huh? Can't catch me. So that's how it is. All right. So stop thinking that way. It's silly. It's a stupid little game, and you're wrong. Okay. You're wrong. All right. So stop with the instant gratification. Play up. Play against better competition. Try to play adults if you can. That's what every future NBA players always said, is like, oh, I played against adults when I was little. It sucked, but I did it, right? Hard work is always going to be hard, right? That's going to be difficult, right? If you're not having a ridiculously difficult time growing up, you're probably not going to make it to the NBA because you're not 6'8", you're not 6'9", right? So you have to try even harder. So if your life isn't just hell right now, you're probably going in the wrong direction. And if you're like, well, I don't want it to be hell, well, then you don't want to make the NBA. It doesn't go both ways. You can't have it both ways, okay? All right. Anyways, the last thing that we got is our debate of the day. Here's the debate question of the day. Do the C's need Kristaps? Is Luka a series MVP? It's actually just one of those questions. Do they need Kristaps? Heck yeah, they need Kristaps. All right. But is Luka a series MVP? Only one guy, I believe one guy, has ever got an MVP of the NBA Finals without winning the NBA Finals, and he just died. Jerry the Logo West. Is it possible for a player on the losing team to win the MVP? What does MVP mean? The most valuable player. All right. It's not the best player out there. It's the most valuable. And are you really valuable if you didn't win enough? Or what if you're a one-man team and they just pass the ball to you every single time? Is it an automatic win? Should it matter that you win the entire thing? Well, I mean, I believe at some point it should. But if you're on the worst team in the NBA and you lead them to the finals and then you lose, I think you should be MVP of the league. I mean, that's pretty cool that you even made it to the playoffs if you're on the worst team, right? Because the best player every year shouldn't have to just be from the best team, because that's why people want to team up in the first place, right? So, do I believe it's possible? Yeah. If everyone on the Celtics averaged 10 points a game, and all 12 players averaged 10 points a game, and it was 120 points, and they all played the same defense, whatever, and one guy on the other team was just carrying his team, and he was averaging 90 points a game, and then he lost in 7 games, last second shot, you got to give that guy the MVP, no? That's the most extreme example that I could think of. All right, so there should be some wiggle room for this, where a loser could win the MVP, I believe. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Let me know in the comment section what you think. But is he eligible? Is he the best player this time? I don't think he's been that good. I haven't seen any games. I've just seen stats and stuff like that. But I've seen highlights. But it doesn't seem to be that lopsided. It looks like it's going to go to Jaylen Brown. But if they do come back and make it into a series, and it's a 7-game series, maybe. Especially since no one's ever come back from 3-0. And only one time have they come back from 3-1, and that was LeBron and Kyrie. All right, so we'll see what it's going to be. And let me just check the homework real quick. Who's I got Kieran doing the power series, and Kieran and Declan doing the Lana's moves. Jab the 300 jumper for both of them as well. We got our morning people. We got Huxley Bird back from vacation or wherever he's been. All right, nice job, everybody. Keep doing that homework, and don't forget that the quote of the day is work hard. Okay, that's why I brought it up so many times. Baby, quote of the day, write it on your hand. Don't forget that stuff, but do it as well. All right, that's my time. I'll see y'all tonight at Skinner, man. Be there, be square. Peace.